and he talked about it. He said, I don't want to do an exhibition against Floyd Mayweather. He said, I'm only doing real fights. And of course, I can't get up high in weight, but I'll fight him in a real fight at the weight that I'm at.
Floyd Mayweather has dropped another bombshell after calling out Terence Crawford to abandon his fight with Canelo Alvarez and fight him instead that will be nothing more than an exhibition fight, but I doubt if Floyd Mayweather is aware of that the fight gives Terence Crawford and adds no prestige to his impressive boxing record. It does nothing to his journey to the International Boxing Hall of Fame glory. At best, it's a quick and easy platform to make money for the former undisputed world welterweight champion.
One thing I like about him, one thing I do like about him, he's selling it. He's selling it, and he's making good money, and he's entertaining. I like it.
Is he? And Floyd,
what's up, bro? Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, boss, keep it real.
I'm never that.
For some reason, the boxing legend feels he and Crawford will make more money than Canelo, and Crawford. The essence of this for Floyd was to finally put an end to the debate of who's the better fighter between him and Terence Crawford, seeing Terence Crawford is the only boxer that has the closest boxing record to Floyd Mayweather, which has sparked several debates in the past regarding who's the greatest boxer of all time. Well, maybe the fight will eventually happen, but it may be too soon, seeing Crawford is still active and chasing greatness. The super middleweight champion did so much to land this fight against Canelo, and it's unlikely he'll be willing to let it go.
Shit, always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. I never looked at him like.
Severally, boxing fans have severally drawn comparisons between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Crawford. Bud refused to deprive the 50-0 boxing champion of his rightful honors. Terence Crawford appreciates Floyd Mayweather, and when he was asked about their similarities, he had a few more things to say as well. Crawford praised and acknowledged Floyd's greatness and called him the king.
Hit and not get hit, to make the adjustments that he's made to certain fighters. You know,
the pound for pound top fighter in boxing right now is Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford, I just truly believe he doesn't have to be under my company for me to give a guy props. I'm not like that. You know, if he's ever free.
He then continued highlighting that they have quite a lot in common in some aspects, but they're a little different because Crawford feels he takes more chances earlier in his career. He was taking a lot of chances in his career as well. He largely feels it depends on which Floyd Mayweather we're talking about, when one's talking about money or you're talking about Pretty Boy, because Pretty Boy was the seeking destroyer, then he started having hand injuries. So he couldn't really keep up with the same power, and he was moving up and fighting bigger.
both boxing. I think, you know, I take more chances, you know, right now. But earlier in his career, he was taking a lot of chances as well. So, you know...
like Crawford said, they have quite a lot in common. However, boxing fans and supporters have compared both fighters to discover the better fighter, and when they did, a news source put Crawford as the likely winner of a fight between the two fighters. When it comes to pure boxing ability, you'd be hard-dressed to find another producer of more sweet science masterclasses than Floyd Mayweather. Next voice. The crisp jab, precision timing, and counter-punching ability all empowered Mayweather to pick his long list of opponents apart, and he did it over 2 iterations of himself.
Depends on which Floyd Mayweather you talk about. Do you talk about money, or do you talk about Pretty Boy? Because Pretty Boy was the seek and destroy.
And he want to go to any company. If he's a free agent, I would love to work with him if he's free. Because I know that what I can do to take him to that next level. Because with Jim saying raw talent, hell of a fighter. There's a lot of hell of a fighters out there.
Just as Crawford said, Pretty Boy Floyd was the more aggressive boxer, bringing the fight to opponents, while Money Mayweather years later would compute and edge opponents out with brilliant boxing. Whichever style you prefer, both bodies of work made the legend that is Floyd Mayweather Jr. Comparatively, boxing fans are still in awe of what Crawford did to Spence in his last fight.
Charlo fight Crawford first, and then see how that goes. If he does good against Charlo with the weight, then let's see him come up and fight Canelo. Yes, but not right now. I want to see him. I want to see Crawford come up some weight classes and show he can be dominant at 54. You understand?
That fight was done Crawford and
Crawford won a pound best fighter fight.
take on a Canelo who can actually fight a cruiserweight and maybe give a cruiserweight, especially at this moment, all the hell they can want. If you can't hurt a guy like Canelo, and you don't have height and depth to be able to at least have something to work with, then we're going to see another, what they say, boring fight, not say a smart fight.
Whether it was a power jab that he repeatedly snapped through Spence's guard punching in traffic, or the timing of his counter-punches, Bud exhibited supreme boxing ability, and it wasn't the first time, but we've never seen it like that against a fighter of Spence's caliber. When talking about pure boxing ability, arguably nobody should get a push over Mayweather, but Crawford's style of boxing is different yet effective, even explosive in his own right. So how would their boxing stack up if Crawford would fight Mayweather in his prime and use his lasering shots against Mayweather's disciplined sweet science? Who would assert the jab first? Who would be the more effective counter-puncher? Footwork. There are so many ways to see this play out that it might be best to declare this category a draw. How many times have we witnessed Mayweather lull and eventually lure his opponents to the middle of the ring, where he computed information, analyzed it, and uploaded a blueprint to pick his opponents apart? Mayweather took his ring IQ and mantra of hit and not get hit and essentially wrote it to the Hall of Fame as an undefeated 5-division world champion.